Welcome to the internet land of the Locker Room Podcast. I am Eric, alongside with Tim, or others know as Guy on the Couch. Say hello, Mr. Tim.
Hello, world.
Tim's tired. Tim had a long day. I mean, we all
I
have long
did.
days. But we came home and we're fucking doing this because this is fun. So we're going to kick it off with some basketball news. I don't know. I may take that out. Who knows?
We're singing now?
Basketball
I did not
news
know
today.
this was a singing podcast.
Why not, man? Got to have some fun with it. So,
This is your tryout for American Idol on ABC, isn't it?
no American Idol. We're going. America's Got Talent, man. When Simon buzzes me, I can go punch him in the face. Not even in his face. Just go punch him right in his fucking unbuttoned shirt.
You'll probably break your hand.
I don't know, or security will tackle me. But we got scores from yesterday. So the Lakers came back over the Clippers, which I did not see coming. As you know, I chose the Clippers in that one. LeBron had 28 points. Too. Anthony Davis had 30. So I don't know. A lot of people say it all goes through the West, obviously through LA. But which LA? My favorite of the Clippers.
The Lakers for sure.
So you're choosing the Lakers. I have the Clippers.
Yeah, they kind of showed up this weekend, dominated Milwaukee, and then outlasted the Clippers. They're the class.
Not only outlasted Clippers, they were down by 7 at the half, I believe. And they came back and pretty much shit in their cereal, 112 to 103.
I didn't like the way the Clippers played. Very selfish, just ISO ball.
Yeah, the entire second half that I was watching, everyone they got down by a little bit and they just ran down the court and try and shoot threes. Like, no, just continue to play fucking basketball, fucking small ball down low. Then the threes will open up. Instead of just coming down court and shooting threes, they're gonna be contested. It's similar to the play action in football. If you fucking play action, that pass is gonna be open, but you gotta have a solid run game. And how about the Suns taking out the Bucks? I know they're Giannis-less, but good God, number one team in the NBA goes down to the Bucks. Or to the Suns.
I think Giannis' injury is really exposing the Bucks. They have no other scorers.
But is one man that big of an impact?
Yeah, I would say yes. What were the Bulls without Jordan? They still made the playoffs, but they were nowhere near a threat to win the championship.
Also true. Yeah, the Bulls without Jordan, yeah, they did make the playoffs. But they also, they had Pippen still. And that was also, I believe they had lost Horace Grant already, as well as John Paxson. So it wasn't just Jordan that they lost. They lost a few other guys from that first three-peat.
Well, look at the difference in Cleveland after LeBron left to go to LA. He took them to 3 straight championships, and now, what are they? 3 straight number 1 picks?
Yeah, I guess. Which is... Yeah, and it sucks because Kevin Love wanted to stay, and then LeBron leaves. And then Kevin Love's like, no, it's my team, and then he kind of has shit the bed the last few years, to be honest.
I don't know that he shit the bed, or he's just... There's no talent there anymore. It's just Love and Thompson now this year.
Yeah, 2 big men, and you gotta at least have a point guard or a shooting guard that can run it.
They have high picks for, the point guard and shooting guard. Colin Sexton is a really good player, but he's incredibly too selfish.
Can't be a selfish game anymore, man. There's no room for selfishness in the NBA because it's so soft. If you don't have that shot,
very, very soft.
That's what's I don't know, man. The selfish players. Obviously, some can argue Jordan was a selfish player. But he'd always have at least 5-6 assists a night. No biggie, but he was the GOAT. The GOAT. And I guess we'll kick it off with look at the Pelicans taking out The Timberwolves, two of the bottom of the barrel teams.
Your man crush Zion.
I wouldn't say man crush. He is fun to watch because he's just obviously he's a child. He's just a big ass kid out there. Where would
I'm
they?
a huge fan of the Pelicans right now.
Yeah.
I think they're going in the right direction.
They're fun to watch. I mean, imagine where they'd be if he played the entire season. Holy shit!
Top 5, probably 5th in the West.
So they'd be in that 5th seed right now, which playoffs for New Orleans. But did Anthony? It's crazy how Zion has this impact that Anthony Davis never had in New Orleans, and that's some shit.
It really is. AD was hurt a lot in New Orleans.
Was he hurt or was he just tired playing for a terrible team?
It was a little bit of both. He came out and literally said, "I'm tired of playing for a terrible team. Send me to LA."
Right? I mean, they had him and Chris Paul together for a few short years, and I can't remember. Did they make the playoffs at all?
I don't even remember if Paul was there with Anthony Davis.
I thought they played together at least 1 or 2 seasons. Because Chris
Might be worth a Google.
Well, maybe not, because Chris Paul left for the Clippers back in 2012. Played 5 years there with
like
Blake Griffin, and then on to the Rockets for a few. And then no one thought OKC would be where they're at, but look at where they're at with Chris Paul. That's fucking nuts.
Chris Paul is really educating the young guys in OKC. You could see it.
Yeah. He's got that old veteran mentality. His crooked ass hands, broken ass fingers. I don't know how he can hang on to that ball still.
Me neither.
That's what's nuts. All right, man. On to football. The world of football today. It's just been nuts. Just nuts with some football news. So we got the big headline. I guess one of the big headlines. We got Josh Norman signing a 1-year deal for $6 million with Buffalo. So is this the difference maker that Buffalo needed? He's got a 6-year mill.
No.
No. Okay.
No. I think the difference maker that they needed was a number 1 receiver.
Number 1 receiver.
Josh Norman is going to make a big difference on defense, but I don't think it's going to make enough impact that it puts them in the running for the Super Bowl.
Also true. Back to the number 1 receiver thing. How about the Bills make a push for Odell Beckham Jr.?
Does he want out of Cleveland?
I would. I wouldn't say he's necessarily come out and said he wants out, but he wasn't happy with Baker Mayfield not really throwing him the ball 80% of the time like he should be getting.
I would like to see, I know it'll never happen, Buffalo try to go get T.Y. Hilton.
Oh, that'd be a good pickup. Yeah, if they don't make a push for, they got to make a push for a number 1 wide receiver. I don't think there's very many great ones in this year's NFL draft that could fill that spot. Plenty of number 2s and 3s.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, go after Odell, go after Ty. I know
even Amari Cooper.
Amari Cooper. Why not? They definitely need that number 1 spot. Josh Allen is a hell of a quarterback. He can make it happen with his feet, and he can make it happen with his arm, which is amazeballs. He was fun to watch in the playoffs.
They were such a fun team watch last year.
Oh, they came out of nowhere too. So I hope that this wasn't just a 1-year and done thing like the Bears were last year. That'd be terrible.
If Tom Brady's gone, the East is their division.
Yes. That is 100% true. Man, tide shift. Well, unless the Pats get another number 1 quarterback, like all the talk about him getting traded to San Fran, doubt it. I don't see it happening, but
no chance.
If Tom Brady leaves, does New England draft a quarterback, or do they see who an available free agent is, like a Ryan Tannehill? Or do they make a trade?
Both. They probably grab a a veteran quarterback and then draft and develop one like they did with Brady, Garoppolo, Jacoby Brissett.
I don't know if they really developed Brady. He was that untapped resource. Like, Drew Bledsoe goes down, Brady comes in and is like, holy shit, we got a pretty good quarterback. And then they win the Super Bowl. And I remember that look that Brady gave Bledsoe. He's like, holy shit, we won. And Bledsoe's like, I am no longer a Patriot. He had that look on his face of Brady's the future. And he was out after that season. After that, I believe he went to...
Was it Buffalo?
I think he went to Buffalo, and then after Buffalo, he went to Dallas. That's insane, man. And speaking of the Patriots and Tom Brady, how can anybody avoid fucking talking about this shit? I'm not really tired of hearing it, but I'm tired of hearing it, but I'm not because it's a great fucking circus act. We got this release today of Charlie Weis having a texting conversation with quote-unquote Tommy. What kind of relationship do they have when he hasn't even been there for damn near 16 years, but he still has this relationship with Tom Brady? He goes, I don't usually pass these conversations along, but one thing he told me is nobody knows anything, so anyone who's telling you that they know, they don't know. I'm not going through any part of the conversation. Foul it up with what he said. Clean it up, so I'm cleaning it up. So is Charlie Weis Tom Brady's cleanup man? Is he the cleaner? What is he cleaning up?
That whole statement is insane to me. I didn't know that Charlie Weis and Brady even still had any type of relationship. It's been, what would you say, 16 years?
16 years. 16 years, because I remember after he left New England, he was the coach for Notre Dame for quite some time. Fucking loved him at Notre Dame.
Me too.
But his draft, like his recruiting class wasn't very good. So he was playing with a lot of really good recruits from, I'm drawing a blank on the coach before.
I don't remember.
But he
16 years.
Yeah, he was a damn good coach. And so he's playing with his recruits. And then he had some crappy ones. And then he got let go. That's obviously when Chip Kelly took over. Or Brian Kelly. Sorry.
Not a fan of Kelly.
So when Brian Kelly took over and he turned it around, they went to the national championship game, got murdered, but they went.
Got absolutely stomped.
I don't like to talk about that because right around that time is when Manti Te'o had his whole catfishing ordeal, which is something in itself. It's just insane. And how about
Is that the funniest thing that ever happened to someone who became a pro athlete?
It has to. Some dude, like, I can't even fathom. Like, did they not ever do FaceTime? He was so in love with her, and they were like, get out of here. It was a dude just trying to have fun and catfishing. That's insane. He was all crying about it, like, oh, my girlfriend died. And then the guy's like, nope, I just catfished you. Like, that was all during, like, the week of the national championship game, too, if I remember.
Right.
Like, it was all around that same time.
It was an Alabama fan the whole time.
Right. Nick Saban hired him.
He probably isn't the only one.
Oh, man, that's funny. Speaking of funny,
The way they played, it might have been the whole team. Getting catfished by Nick Saban.
dude, we should raise some red flags to the NCAA and let them go investigate that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, it was almost 10 years ago. Why not?
It's a way bigger deal than Deflategate.
Oh yeah, dude. Moving on. The funny stuff from the weekend. I actually, it's not even really funny. It's a great save on the XFL's part for the statement regarding the Seattle-Houston game. Saturday's Seattle Dragons-Houston Roughnecks game should not have ended as it did. The replay clearly showed that the knee of Houston quarterback P.J. Walker touched the field, rendering him down, and the fourth down play officially completed with approximately 2 seconds remaining on the clock. Effectively turned the ball over to Seattle on downs. With a 9-point differential in the score, Seattle was denied an opportunity to tie the game. The XFL sincerely regrets this error. In addition, Wes Booker, who served as the officiating supervisor for Saturday's game, has been reassigned. Reassigned to me means you've been shit canned, bro. Like,
Yeah.
how do you fuck up that bad? But it's a great stand that the XFL takes of, we fucked up once, this is what we do. Unlike the NFL
He's
where...
now a ball boy.
Oh, he's not even a ball boy. He probably gets coffee for the next supervisor.
I'm a huge fan of this. One mistake and you're being punished.
Yeah, I mean...
The NFL and the NBA are allowing way too many mistakes by referees.
Right.
And fining you for complaining about it.
Yeah, it makes no sense because they want to... they're stuck in their old ways of like veterans getting special treatment over like the rookie quarterbacks, or like it's and all the calls and like Alberto Riveron. Did he not overturn any DPI calls this year? Was everything just always just standing?
I want to say there was one that was overturned in the playoffs.
That's insane. That's one out of, we got at least on the low end 150 pass interference calls all year long. One gets overturned. That's what
I'm sure it was more than one throughout the season, but I guarantee it was single-digit percentages.
He's got to go, man. I really hope the NFL are taking notes on this part and taking as long as they need to review a play to get it right. Have someone in the booth reviewing it, not the refs on the field where the sun can glare, even though they go into that little spot where that Microsoft Surface is with a little sunshade. I don't know, man. That's not big enough to determine a call to overturn, especially when some games are hot, some games are cold. You're irritated. You may not like a certain person for whatever reason, talking shit. Who knows? I like that the officiating is in the press box, reviewing it, multiple different angles. Dude's got an Xbox controller up there too. He's got an Xbox
there are
controller.
some things that the XFL is doing that I would like to see implemented in the NFL.
Oh yeah,
I really like the kickoffs in the XFL. I thought they were going to be dumb, and they've grown on me.
Yeah, kickoffs and punts are great because it's electrifying how they start almost in the receiving area, but they can't move until the ball's caught. So if you imagine if Devin Hester were in the XFL, with that amount of time that he's got to create space, that's a fucking touchdown every time.
Oh yeah, Hester, Josh Cribbs, the top return guys.
Right? Like, are we ever going to see another Devin Hester-style player anymore? Or has the NFL gone too soft to where they're almost eliminating the return game?
The kickoff returns have basically been eliminated. Punt returns, it could still happen, but it's so rare to get a good punt return. Punters are too good now.
I was about to say, is it because the punters are too good on tagging the field where they want it to go? Or are returners too scared to run it out for the risk of injury? And depending on...
anyone who's playing in the NFL has fear.
I don't know, man. I've seen plenty of guys just run out of... Well, granted, I run out of bounds when you like to scramble for another yard or two instead of getting popped. I get that. But especially if you're on like the lower tier, like if you're legit just a return man or like your special teams, like maybe those guys are one of those like they don't pay me enough to want to receive and run it back, and so they'll take more fair catches or field the ball and just kind of run it out of bounds. Maybe. I don't know. Who knows, man? Who knows what the future holds? But that's all we got for today, folks. I hope you guys enjoyed. Remember, like, subscribe, tell your friends, man. We go live on Sundays on Twitch. Come on by. Links in the description. Check us out.
Have a good one.